Yeah,
summarizing.
but you caught how quickly I caught on to that BS.
Yes.
And this is just me
So
being lazy as fuck. So imagine someone who's actually trying to figure out what you're doing. That's impressive for a GPA. I like it.
yeah, thanks. I mean, I spent the first 2 years not really doing anything like outside of classes, just because I really thought like classes was all I really needed to do, but then I realized like pretty late by the time I hit junior year that I needed to do a lot of stuff outside of classes.
Hey, don't worry. That's when everybody starts anyway. I mean, some people are crazy enough to get interviews and internships in sophomore year, which I think is completely nuts, but maybe it's par for the course nowadays.
Yeah, a lot of people start like working on like lead code and like having like personal projects by like sophomore year and stuff. But I didn't really know what to do at that point, and so I started pretty late.
No, that absolutely makes sense, and I totally understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, so like after graduation, I'm just like trying to catch up to everyone else.
Absolutely. Okay. I understand where you're coming from, but your resume looks like you have a pretty good mix of experience. Um, okay. So I see what you're trying to do here. Mm-hmm. This one, I mean, this one I feel always a little bit iffy about whenever people do this, only because
Mm.
how do I describe it? It's I understand the H-1B visa sort of thing. So here is like H. So so this is my first one. Avoid this because of the H-1B visa issue. Because you need to be employer sponsor, and that's a lot of headache for a lot of people. I would just avoid
Yeah,
doing this. Just small thing, but it can be a very big difference because they're like because companies could be like, oh well, we don't want to spend the time to sponsor him and go through all the legal paperwork to do it.
wait. If I put as like U.S. permanent resident, it means I don't really need visa sponsorship though,
Oh,
isn't
you
it?
don't?
Isn't that supposed to? No, yeah, I don't, because I have a green card, and that's what permanent resident means.
Okay, well then I take that back. Sure. Okay, then yeah, and
Yeah,
then
I was just kind of confused.
yeah, I was like, wait, why are you doing permanent resident? Because I know like a lot of people would require that. So that's why I was like really, really
Oh,
iffy about it. But like, okay, I understand why you're doing this now. Since all
yeah,
you have experience down here that is in Malaysia,
yeah. I
so
was
I
just
understand.
afraid they would think that I need sponsorship, so I put it there just to let them know I don't really need sponsorships.
Okay, no, then
Yeah.
you made the right call. Then I think it's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so I would since you have experience, I would actually move this below,
Okay.
just because like I think for especially for someone coming out of college, you definitely want to at least highlight more of what do I say your work,
Experiences.
yeah, your
Yeah.
experiences, because I think they value a lot more than your uh than anything else. And in fact, even then, I would still put your GPA before because like this is actually pretty impressive. I think you should definitely put this up here if you're gonna go that route, or at least like on the top
Okay.
right hand corner. You know what I mean?
Uh, what do you mean? So
So like GPA would probably be put here. I think. If this
I
was
see.
me, I
So I
would
should. Okay.
something like this.
And you would put education, my education before work experience.
I would just put it at the top and make it not as big as this. Like find a way to do that. This activity is worthless. I'm gonna say, don't do it because like
Okay.
this one is like maybe at the bottom, very very bottom. Because the way these resumes are supposed to read, it's supposed to tell me a story of who you are as a developer, who you are
Mm.
professionally. The fact that you put this in the middle is a bad prioritization. So like this This because
Okay.
like if I'm reading this, I see your work experience, sure. Education, reasonable if you want to highlight your work experience more. And then I see this shit. Like, why?
Okay. So wait, you said to put the GPA on top, but put
Mhm.
the activities at the bottom. I mean, I could just take it off, but should I put? So I should put education at the top before work experience, highlighting the GPA, and then work experience, and then projects.
It's only because you're a new grad. I would definitely put it like somewhere here Where college? Like,
Hmm.
I can only just do it as edu. It's hard to write with a pen.
Okay.
The mouse. Something like this.
Okay.
This is like how I would do it, because especially because these logos don't do anything. Just a
Okay.
small nitpicky thing. Because that way it saves you real estate space. You can chop this off. You can put like SF here. God,
I see.
yeah, something
Yeah,
like.
I mean, I just put the logos there for like the links, in case they want it.
Yeah, I understand.
Really.
I understand that, but most of the time, I don't think we're gonna click on it unless you're someone super
Hmm.
famous and we actually care about like the code you contribute.
Hmm. Okay.
So it's like that. Like if you're Jake Wharton or something, then we will care. But for the
Okay.
most part, like, or you worked on some enterprise system, then we'll care. But most of the time, no. Okay, so cool. So yeah, like it frees up some real estate space, so you can qualify these more if we need to. So
Okay.
first is going to be took the opportunity. You can, I would say, you can strike out the took the opportunity. It's it's just adds nothing. The heck?
Okay.
Why is it always just doing black? The fuck? Whatever. Okay, so so you can just say rewrote instead.
Okay.
I'm gonna send you this as well. So
All right, for sure.
yeah. So rewrote the cloud
And,
system. Hmm?
and for the recordings, you just gonna send me a link later,
Yeah, I'm
or
gonna
is
send you the
it
link. I'm gonna upload to
okay?
Dropbox.
Okay, for sure.
Okay. So here, well, most people have a problem with the AWR format, which is action, what, and then results. You seem to have that pretty down. Did you have your resume like reviewed before?
Yeah, I had it in the group, the Facebook group, and then Joma gave like some advice, so I kind of changed up some stuff.
I see. No, that's fine.
Yeah.
And reduce the deployment time for future animators. Yeah, sure. If you can qualify this, put a number to it, that'd be cool.
Okay.
And then for future release, sure, why not? And yeah, same with the production risks as
Mm,
well. I understand why you do this here to just demonstrate what skills you used and why, but I feel like it's also a repeat of the about me. I mean, I guess it's okay since it's not like take up too much real estate space, but
mm.
usually with stuff like this, we want to just get to the point very, very quickly. So I'm going to reboot feature and improve file upload download features of an internal automation tool to reduce testing time. So in storage usage on testing VMs on virtual servers. Okay, cool. You develop some testing features. Cool. That's fine. Um, yeah, I think this is fine to reduce time. Again, quantify would be really good.
Okay.
Testing time quantify. After that, developed and integrated new tests into projects in the CI/CD build pipeline to increase monitor capabilities and reducing the time. So you basically just added logging.
Uh, it wasn't actually logs. It was actually tests. Monitoring as in monitoring like where like the error sources came from, like the errors came from.
Ah, so like Jenkins, like a build.
Yeah, it was on Team City. So yeah, Team City is basically Atlassian's Jenkins.
Ah, got it, got it. So you okay? Got it. That's why you put Team City there. Fair enough. And the CI build to increase monitor. I would definitely try changing up, integrate new tests into projects to increase monitoring capabilities and reduce the time. I would find a way to reword that only because I think you can upsell it. Upsell the
Okay.
experience. Like, for instance, um, optimize the build train, or yeah, or in your case, CI/CD
Yeah.
to catch more to like catch build errors and to catch build errors, reduce catch build errors, increase log, increase failure, very logging
Okay.
verbosity, etc. Something like this. So at least it sounds better,
Okay.
because otherwise it just sounds like you're just writing tests.
I see.
This is something that is the way I would do it. It's just a quick example.
Okay.
But otherwise, I understand the point of it, and I think it's a good experience to highlight. In fact, I'd probably put it first or second over this.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Okay.
yeah. So anyway, moving on. Software engineer intern. So sure, achieve 10 to 15% improvement in ticket resolution time by developing code fixes, building source packages in a timely manner, debugging troubleshooting, rewarding. No. It just sounds like you solve tickets quickly, like you just fix bugs.
Yeah, but it was like a lot of like different issues. So I was having I was struggling to like summarize it just because yeah, there was like a bunch of like tickets that had like different issues. I'm trying to make it sound like I did like a variety of like tasks, but struggling to like summarize
Yeah,
it.
but you caught how quickly I caught on to that BS.
Yes.
And this is just me
So
being lazy as fuck. So imagine someone who's actually trying to figure out what you're doing.
so I should just shorten it and just say resolving tickets.
I mean,
I think
is
it's
there something
something.
special in the way you resolve tickets? Did you build some new feature that would systematically improve it across the board, or is it just saying how quickly you did it?
Okay, yeah. I'll list out some more concrete examples
Yeah, something
instead.
concrete, something like how did you improve the team? A concrete example, how did you impact the team?
Okay.
Like do that, and then it just sounds less bullshitty. Okay, after that, create new web components and fix front end bugs for banging portals in production. Okay, more bug fixes. Yeah, why should I care? You
Okay.
know what I
Let me.
mean? Like, why
Yeah.
you're just like someone who fixes bugs. I can hire anyone to fix my bugs. Why should I think you're special?
Hmm.
So okay, refactored and updated WSL to maintain SOAP because it's consistent. Okay. Uh, so you just updated the web configurations.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean that. I was having a lot of issues with wording that particular internship instead, just because like the first one I listed, it was a lot easier to list out concrete examples, but the
Mm-hmm.
second one, it's yeah.
Do you have like some numbers or metrics that you can refer to?
No, there wasn't any numbers I could refer for that one.
Uh, yeah, that kind of makes it hard.
Yeah, it's fine. I see where you going for though. I'll probably try to reword it or like come up with like trying to brainstorm like more things that I did at that internship because it's like 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was trying to like summarize it, I was having a hard time remembering everything.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, it's just the question is always make me care, because how are you different from the next guy who's doing the exact same thing?
Okay.
So like it doesn't necessarily have to be numbers, but numbers is always the easiest and easiest way to make someone care.
Okay. So basic and also like basically like I just gotta signify like the impact I had on the team.
Yeah. Like, did
Okay.
you leave any lasting impact, or was your code just like thrown away and scrapped because it's internship code?
Hmm.
Like that's I
Okay.
remember just a little story time. I remember we had an intern, and you know what he fucking did? He worked on like some little fucking app that no one cares about, and then we scrapped his code because it didn't work. Essentially, how are you going to be different from that?
Hmm. Okay.
Like, did you at least learn something significant? Did like and
Yeah, like it was all like legacy code. So we were working on like applications that were built like many years ago. So depending on like the tickets given, I would do a lot of different stuff.
mhm.
So that's why it was hard for me to list out things.
Yeah, I mean, like maybe you did some refactoring on it, and then you say, "Oh, refactor legacy code to improve runtime efficiency," or some shit like that in some particular part of the application.
Okay. That that does sound pretty good.
Yeah, like working with legacy code is something that everyone does. The question now is, what did you do with it? It's like, okay, well, you're actually that. The reason why I was just doing something like that is because it shows that you already have the experience necessary in order to take on a lot of the work that we might be giving you at like a FANG company. The only question is, what do you do with it? It's like, okay, you create the space for yourself. Now close it out. Show me the impact.
Hmm. Okay. And so, like for example, like the second one, created new web components for like web banking products in production. Is that like enough, or
What kind of web components?
so I should be like a lot more I should provide a lot more details in terms of like what kind of components I created as well.
Right, like again, think back to why should I care about what you did versus the next guy who did the exact same thing.
Hmm. Okay.
It's like let's imagine that you had another intern doing the exact same thing as you, given the exact same tickets or similar tickets and working the exact same project. What did you do differently than he did?
Hmm. Okay.
And why
I'll
should I
keep
care
that in
about
mind.
you over him?
So only if I have some impact. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's okay. Sometimes you
And
don't, like it's just what
yeah.
matters is like, did you do anything significant? It might not have impact, but it could have been significant.
Okay. Significant. And okay. So what about the projects section? Is that okay?
Let's
The
see.
way like I work.
It's full e-commerce application that use Stripe, secure payments, and Firebase. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, this one's actually more interesting, but it's May 2020, which makes it sound like it's kind of like well. I mean, I feel like you could definitely expand royal clothing. Tell me more about it.
As in the in the resume, I should talk more about it.
Yeah, it's like I understand you're a clothing brand, but then and you set up a application, but then maybe you can if you it's like a business, then it's one of the rare opportunities where you get to show some kind of leadership or some kind of ability to work with people outside the
I
normal
see. It's
engineering
actually
environment. Hmm.
it's actually just a personal project. Just to show like I have like more experience working with React.
I see.
Yeah.
I think you can definitely do more with this experience. I think anyone who does anything with entrepreneurship or something like that is actually in a lot better spot than most engineers because one, a lot of engineering definitely does revolve around communication and being able to work with people, and entrepreneurship and business almost forces you to do that. So I think if I were you, not only would I try to upsell this experience, I would definitely take the next few months to try and build this business if at all possible. Try to get some
Okay.
other, try to like talk about how you did the automate emails, get new clients, communicate with them, customer service, that sort of thing.
Okay. Yeah, I also did that kind of stuff in one of those internships. Should I mention about that, like directly
Once maybe
talking
with
to
something
customers?
briefly, one sentence. I would add
Okay.
that on to all
Uh,
the experience that you have right now. But definitely like just at the very end of it as well, just to show that you are capable of being an actual fucking human, for lack of a better phrase.
okay.
So, next one. Full stack web application that calculates word frequency pairs when given a URL. I don't even know why I should care about this.
Personally, I really don't think it serves like any impact, but it's just I was just like trying to like put on like do a lot of like projects to put on my resume, just to show I have like experience working with like certain languages and tools. But I agree that they don't really have a lot of like true impact.
I would even put it at the end because if I look at the dates of these, like, hey, wait a minute, he's just spamming projects. Look, it's like March, April, April, May. You see?
Yeah.
And then it just seems like you're spamming projects just for the sake of padding your resume.
Is it a good thing to put dates for the projects or no?
I think it depends. For you, these look fishy as fuck. I'd be very
Okay.
hesitant.
Okay.
So let's make a note of that here. currency converter, same thing. I get you're trying to do an exercise in actually writing these and doing them. I think
Mm,
these are more suited as like maybe GitHub personal projects, and I might move it to to another section at the bottom if I were you,
okay.
and I wouldn't put the dates.
All right. Sure. Okay.
Yeah, personal. Maybe it's its own section as well. Since you're gonna get rid of education and put it at top, then you might have it a section for that, and then you can upload all the what's it called, the stuff you want, and not give a fuck about the dates because that's the theme of the projects. You know, and then you can say,
Okay.
"Oh, I worked on it over a period of time, and I didn't feel like it was that." You know,
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, that's a kind of BS way of doing it, but I mean, it works,
Yeah.
and you know, it's not your main selling point, so I don't think too many people will harp on you.
Mm.
Aardvark, backend lead, team of 7. I assume this is a class project.
Yeah. The last two are class projects.
Let's see, let's see if we can upsell it. Build and launch a full stack web application from scratch through the entire SLDC. Sure. Standard develop. Okay. And I understand you're trying to hit the keywords here. Fine. Whatever. I understand. What did your web application do?
It's a website for SF State students to trade items, buy and sell.
Okay, so like Poshmark or something.
Yeah, something like that. It's like you upload items and then they could contact the buyer and then meet up at some spots on SF State.
Okay, Craigslist. Got it. It's a local Craigslist.
Yeah,
That's not bad. That's not necessarily bad.
yeah.
Deploy app to AIDS. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Back end lead. Why not? You can upsell this experience for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Implement essential features. Search
Yeah.
and call. You don't need to qualify essential features like that. Like I would just list out the essential features themselves.
Okay. And also, I feel like a lot of articles or like people they always say like just talk about what you did instead of like what the application does. That's why I didn't really put what exactly the web app does.
That's I mean like I get it, but at the same time you have all this real estate space. Why not use it? See, like you have this
Hmm. Okay.
you have this space at the end that could be put something.
Okay.
Oh, that's what the orange does. It just fills it in. Fuck. Okay, whatever. Yeah, like you have that real estate space. Use it. Like especially what you did. Like okay, well anyone can build a web application. I don't know what the fuck kind of web application qualified for me.
Hmm.
Again, like I like imagine I'm the recruiter, and I have 1,000 resumes. Everyone's developing web applications. Everyone's developing Android applications. Everyone's developing shit. Why should I care about your application over the next guy's? Like again, it's the overall question of these resumes is make me fucking care, and make it easy for me to care.
Okay. Projects.
Okay, basic RAM. Built
Yeah.
login registration, impact pub sub, real time feeds, Instagram clone.
Yeah, but web app instead of a phone app, mobile app.
Sure. I mean, the name kind of tells me everything, so.
Yeah.
It runs into the same exact problem. It's like, why do I care? Like, what exactly was special about this? I mean, I get the implemented pub sub features. Okay, publish, subscribe. Sure, why not? Enable real time feeds. Sure. Okay, that's fine. I mean, you have experience doing that shit. I would if it's It's hard for me to say. Like, I'm trying to figure out something for this one, but building an Instagram clone for personal things is kind of weird.
It's
Hmm?
I was planning to take it off once I finish like another project because I'm working on something that's similar. Like it's also microservices and it would kind of serve purpose for the resume. So I'm already planning to take it off sometime soon.
Okay, but just in case you don't, I would definitely try to avoid. Um, I think just having a little blurb about what it is. I mean, again, basic gram kind of just says it, but what
Okay.
is it? Just for the sake of, hey, yeah, this is actually something instead of I just wrote it. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. For sure.
Just my personal tastes. Because again, I'm trying to get you to get the guy's attention. Because it's just like,
No, yeah.
login registration page, implement sub pub features, cool. Why do I care? What is this going to be built for? What is this used for?
Mm,
What was the technical complexity? Why, or
mm,
if it's like, an overarching build system, then I kind of know that there's going to be some technical complexity. It's like,
yeah.
for instance, if I built a login registration page for a bank versus a login registration page for like Shopify, or not, maybe not even Shopify, maybe login page for like Calendly or something. The technical complexity on those is pretty self-evident because the login registration pages for banking kind of involves
Mm,
like 2FA, involves security questions, authentication with the backend. Whereas with something that
mm,
like with Calendly or some small application, it's just like, oh, just checking the hash in the database and then boom, we're good. So it's
mm.
like that sort of thing. The application itself should tell me a little bit about the technical complexity that you're working with here.
Okay.
But I mean, I understand this is a project. This is me getting too deep into it, and honestly, it's not that too much I would spend time on. I would spend time on all the other shit.
Okay. Got it. And do you think it's a good idea to add the languages section at the very end?
Yeah, dude. Like,
How should?
I think it's fine, especially because there's a lot of people on H-1B visas, like from India, China. It'd be great to have someone who can speak their language natively. I think it's a good point. I mean, and also you
Okay.
put a lot of I mean, you take up an entire row for it. I mean, it's fine, I guess. But definitely having this language section here is actually, again, why do I care? Oh, this is the business reason why I care because I want someone who can actually communicate with other people. So it's fine.
Hmm. Okay. All right. I appreciate it, man. No, I really do appreciate what you did for the past 2 hours.
Hmm.
Really helpful.
I'm glad. Now, definitely, let me know how things go. If you get like some random interview with Google, hit me up. I'll pencil you in.
Okay. Okay, for sure. Yeah. I'll keep you updated on things as well.
Hmm. All right.
All right. Take care, man. Have a
Yeah.
good day.
You too.